Hey, what's happening, everybody? Happy New Year. I figured, in light of 2022, and of course, so many interesting and exciting new films to come out, but I figured if there's one in particular that I figured I wanted to share with people, was my thoughts on the West Side Story, the 2021 version, which of course came out 60 years after the 1961 version. And of course, the classic story deals with Tony and Maria. Tony is an Italian American associated with a rival group called the Jets, and then of course there's Maria, who's Puerto Rican, who's associated with the Sharks. But even though the two of them aren't, but the Sharks and the Jets are like rivals, that don't really like each other very much. And of course, Natalie Wood was originally portrayed Anita in the 1961 version, and of course she was white. But in some cases, the Steven Spielberg version tends to rectify some of those wrongs to bring more diversity to the remake by, I guess, having actual Hispanics playing Hispanic roles, compared to the original, which had white people playing Hispanic roles. And of course, Rita Moreno, who played Anita in the original, film, plays Valentina in this version, an older lady who owns a shop named Doc's, she works at, which her late husband owned. And of course, she befriends Tony, who, in a way is kind of like a son, to her. And of course, the role of Tony played in this version, of course, is played by Ansel Elgort. And in terms of what I thought about the movie, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, since, you kind of ask yourself, how could you top the original West Side Story? And surprisingly, Steven Spielberg does a pretty good job with this movie, which I was rather surprised about. I mean, even though I kind of felt, in my honest opinion, it was just a little too long and could have had like a little more tightened pacing. And I mean, I'll be honest, the singing was a little bit too much, but the scenery and the costumes and all that were very good to look at. I would consider that like the highlight of the movie. So I mean, it's hard to say which version I like better, since they both have different aspects to it, and I guess have their own interpretation of the story, I guess is the best way to say it. So that's pretty much all I have to say about West Side Story 2021. I would say for those that see the 61 version and want to see the remake just to compare the two, they're more than welcome to. Curious to hear what people have to say about it. Alright everyone, thanks again. I look forward to sharing my review of the much anticipated Scream 5. Until the next time, signing off, and take care everybody.